Hey, what's up? I'm Ignace Aleya from ToleratedCinematics.com, and today we'll be talking about a really cool software called 3DLutCreator. You can manipulate colors so easily, create your own LUTs, export them, and import them in your editing software. In my case, that will be Premiere Pro. So let's take a look on the software. I will open it up, put all the links to it in the description below. I would just talk about how I work with it. I know most of you won't have that software. I just want to show you what it's capable of, and of course it's capable of way more, but I'm going to be focusing on how to manipulate some colors, export it as a LUT, and import that in Premiere Pro. So let's get started. Alright, here we are in a new software called 3DLutCreator, and as you can see, the first time you take a look at it, it can look quite daunting, but it's actually a really cool software, so that's why I'm making this special video where I want to talk about how to use the software and how to do some simple things. So I will show you how to export something from Premiere, do your color grading inside 3DLutCreator, and then exporting a LUT so you can use it in any kind of video editing software, but in this case I will be using it in Premiere Pro. I know most of you don't have this software. I just wanted to make this video so you can follow along and see what it's capable of doing. So right here I have a Premiere file right here of a video where I'm filming this Mustang, and I chose this video because it's actually a quite nice video to take some colors off. For example, changing the color of the Mustang and some of the green parts in the background. So what you can do is do some basic color grading up front. So maybe you want to apply some, well, a color lumetri effect right here. And you might want to add a little bit of contrast, but you can all do these things as well in 3DLutCreator, but sometimes I just do some basic color grading in Premiere because, yeah, I think I'm so used of working in Premiere, and that's why I kind of do these things. For example, add a bit of saturation in here, maybe 150. And there we go, so we have a decent video file right here. And what I want to do now is just export this as a snapshot. So export this frame. Okay, so once your image is exported, we can go back to 3DLutCreator right here, and we can open up that file. Open image, and right here I have that image. I will click open, and that will open up our image right here. So pretty cool. Basically what you have right here is a color spectrum where you can modify any of the colors, and if you hover over your image, you're going to see that it's going to highlight different kind of dots, and this is just the color range of where you're well, where you're hovering. So the green channels right here, the red channels right here, blue channels right here, and you can see that we're like hovering on, well, it's highlighting all different kind of dots here. Okay, so for the spectrum, you can choose between 8 different dots, or you can even bump this up to 32, so you have a lot more information right here. I basically work with 8 to 12, not much more than that, because the bigger difference you have in here, the more color distortion you can have. On the bottom right here, you have some basic tools that you can change, like the white balance and stuff like that. So maybe you want to pick the white of this to change white balance in here, and you can do that right here. Also the contrast, you can do it in here as well, as I showed you what I've done in Premiere. You can actually do it in here, but I just prefer doing it in Premiere sometimes. Also saturation, just the way you want to. And yeah, then you have a few other things which you can like use a log if you're using a flat profile for your camera. If this is like Chinese to you, just ignore it, just ignore the input log right here, and the color recovery, which you can use after you have done some editing. You have the A/B channels right here. Well, the A/B is just for the color. Then you have a volume and a channels right here. I don't know the technical aspects of these, I know what they do, but if you want to know much more about this, I just recommend you going to their website. They have a bunch of tutorials which really go in depth. I just want to instantly demonstrate something that works. So what I will do is change the color, for example, for this car, and that's where this software is really super good at. Like if you're changing a color, it's not going to give you a lot of distortions. It's not going to give you like this banding effects that you get with Photoshop or Premiere. So that's something really cool. And also, if you're going to change a color, you don't need to do a selection of that color. You already have it right here. So we'll select my red right here and just drag it over, and then you can see that instantly your colors are changing. So you can make it like a blue Mustang really quickly in here. So of course the other colors are also going to change. This is something that you will have to take note of depending on whatever you have in your scene. But also another cool thing is that you can like combine colors together. So let's say you have one red tone over here, one red tone over here, and one over here, and you want to really make your scene pop. And if you're going to look at movies, what they put a lot of effort in is kind of making, well, matching the colors in their scene. So if you have like an orange wall, they're going to put like a blue chair in front of it, and they really take a lot of care in which kind of colors they're going to pick for their scene. And in here you can actually just combine colors together. So maybe you want everything that's yellow to become this kind of orange, and the reds to become the same kind of orange, and now you have one color for all of these, and you can get some, yeah, it's all instantly going to look like more together in my opinion. So maybe you want this kind of wall in here. Maybe you want to desaturate the wall in the background. So what I do is just hover over that wall, and I see that this range is over here. So we'll just drag this down a little bit. I'm going to just undo that right here. Select these 2 points, just bring the saturation down in here to make it look a little bit better. And maybe for the greens, we also want to match it together with the other greens in the shot. Like for example, we have a trash can and these kind of different greens in the grass. So we'll just bring this green over here and this green over here. That's also going to match it a little bit better together. Same goes for the blue. Maybe one different. We have different kind of blues. We want to put these together. And for the purples, maybe we want to make them just red as well. So now we're actually working with only 3 colors in our scene. So we have the orange, we have the green right here. We can actually bring this up. And if we want to increase the saturation for the grass, just hover over it. You see that it's this dot for the range of the grass. So what I'll do is select this and just bring it all the way up as well. And you're going to see that we're going to increase our saturation in here. So now we have a very saturated grass. What we can do is rotate it around so it matches the scene a little bit better. I think this kind of color looks a little bit better, and maybe for the reds we want to go for a nicer red over here. I'm also going to bring this one in here. So really cool that you can do all of these kind of things. I'm going to increase the saturation of the car just a touch right here. And as you can see, you barely have any kind of banding in your shot, so that's also something really cool. And if you only want like 2 colors, you can bring this one over here. And now everything is green, or you can turn it red as well. And for the blues, for example, if you want to really match them to your scene as well, what you can do is just select these 2 and bring them over to red or green. And you can see how easily you can change these colors. And now your shot instantly matches together so much more. So if we're going to compare the 2 shots, original, and then we have this one, it actually does look a lot more cinematic in my opinion. Of course, maybe the saturation, we can bring it down a little bit. Then over here you have a hue twist. What you can do is bring that up to maybe play a little bit with the yeah, of course, the hue. So it's doing a little twist to the hue. Maybe you want to go more to a red kind of color right here. Increase the saturation just a little bit more, not too much. And there we have our scene. So it looks completely different from the original one. What you can do is go into the volume, and right here we have 1 dot. What you can do if you bring this up, it's going to like brighten up everything that's red. If you bring it over here, it's going to darken it. And that way you can also get some really different tones in here. So maybe you want to go over here. I'll play around a little bit, but like this dark red really looks very nice. Maybe also some dark greens. Okay, I like this. Let's go to the channel right here, and over here you can also play a little bit with these different tones. So it's also going to brighten up every part over here. Okay, super cool. Before and after. How awesome does this look? Okay, so what you can do now is save this as a 3D LUT. Just name it something like or all red. Okay, save it. Let's go back to Premiere, go to the Creative tab right here, and just load it up as Browse for the Look. I have it right here, and just open it up. And boom, you have the effect applied to it. Over here you can lower the intensity if you want to. And this is without the effect and with the effect. So really cool how nice and cinematic you can create your video files. And as you can see right here in the background, especially like the blue, it doesn't really fit to the scene, and boom, you have everything. Yeah, it just matches together. Red and green, and they're like great opposites to work with. So this is something really awesome that you can create with the 3DLutCreator. Just for the sake of it, let's do another video. So I will export this snapshot. Load it in 3DLutCreator. Of course, we'll have to reset everything. So reset all, reset volume, and reset all. We'll do this one just very quickly. So I'll look in here, put these together. Maybe a baby blue, pretty cool, yeah. And same for these and for these. So now we're working with only 3 colors. Maybe we want to pop the reds a little bit in here. And maybe for the baby blue, we also want to increase this a little bit. So there we go. And for the greens, maybe a little bit more towards the yellow. Or you can also go for blue. Pretty cool. Okay, so we're going to make them a little bit drier, like so. Okay, and instantly you have a very different shot. So again, you can save it. And import it. And there you go. So that's how to use 3DLutCreator. I think it's a really, really cool software. Definitely check out our website. I just wanted to make this video because I'm so amazed on how easy you can manipulate colors and make your shots so cinematic and so cool. And like for me, the most important thing is like combining multiple colors together. Like if you have a yellow, an orange, and a red, combining them to one color, and it's instantly going to make it look like everything in your scene belongs a lot more together, and it's going to make it so much more cinematic. And this is something that is very hard to do in different kind of software. So I'm really amazed with this software. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give this video a like. Also check out our website. We have a bunch to offer for filmmakers and motion graphics artists. Links will be in the description, and then I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.